What is up, guys? Today we are playing some Red vs. Blue Battlegrounds, I think it's called. I don't know. But it's this pretty cool game that I found because one of my friends was playing it. Basically what you do is you take weapons and you start fighting each other. So there's teams. I'm on the bright red one. The thing that I kind of don't like about this game, though, is that your teammates can hurt you. Like, as you saw, that person just killed me, and they were most likely on my team, I believe. We can actually go up there and check, but as you can see, that guy was on my team, and I can just kill him. So that's the only thing I don't like about this game. I wish you couldn't do that, because then because then you could just have traitors on your team, and it gets very annoying. For example, this girl, I think she's trying to team up with the blue team, which is the other team. But otherwise, this is actually a pretty cool game. So basically, like I said, you take out these weapons and you start hitting people with them, and it's honestly kind of fun. There are more than one weapon. There's multiple weapons in this game, and what I don't get is why the rocket launcher and the grenade launcher are kind of overpowered because if you hit them right, they're an insta kill, but they also do splash damage, so I think they should kind of buff that a bit. So that way it's not as good. But like if this girl comes to me, you can just do that. So that's what I don't get. Same thing with the sniper. It doesn't do splash damage, but it's just a one-shot kill. So it kind of defeats the point of actually having to deal damage. Because you don't have to deal damage. So that's what I kind of don't like about this, is that, like I said, there's multiple weapons that are one-shot kills. So you can just keep using those, and then there's pretty much no point to the game. Just some of them are harder to use than others. But we have multiple weapons. I'm just gonna defeat this guy real fast, and then I'm gonna defeat this guy real fast, and this guy real. Okay, nope, I didn't defeat that guy real fast, but I'm gonna defeat. Okay, yep, I defeated that guy real fast. I defeated him real fast. I almost killed my teammate real fast, but they finished him off, so technically I didn't kill him. But yeah, pretty much what's also kind of weird about this game is that I can just hold off a team most of the times with just myself and no one else. I don't know why. But the first weapon is the sniper. It's kind of self-explanatory. It's a sniper. It does max damage per hit. Well, it does max health per hit. So if I snipe someone with this, like can I just hit someone, please? Like that? It's just an insta-kill, which makes it kind of easy to use this weapon. And plus, what you can do is you can just fire and then hit R, and then it'll immediately reload, and it'll go a lot faster. So you'll be able to fire very fast. We're gonna snipe this girl. Okay, nope, we're not gonna snipe that girl. We're gonna snipe that girl. Okay, now she's dead. But the next one is the assault rifle. This one kind of reminds me of an AK-47 because it pretty much does the same thing. So that is honestly pretty awesome. I don't use this too much though, because this is one of the weapons that does almost no damage, and it makes no sense. Like, it only does 14 damage per hit, and it's not that good. So some of these need to be less powerful, but some of these also need to be more powerful. Because like I said, this only does 14 damage. Also, the other problem with this thing is that when you shoot, it angles your camera up. Like it just goes up like that if you're doing this, which makes it easier to snipe. But as you can see, it's angling my camera up, so you can't really snipe someone with this unless you're using a sniper, which isn't the same gun. But next you have the shotgun, kind of the same problem. Um, it's not really that good unless you're right next to the person. So again, I don't use this too much because it's really hard to use. Uh, So, like, that only did 20 damage, and I'm pretty close to that guy. So that's what I don't really like about most of these weapons. Like I already said, they either do not enough damage from a certain area or too much damage from a certain area. So, yeah, I think that they should change the damage of most of these weapons. Some of them are fine, but most of them need to be changed because it's kind of ridiculous on how little or how much damage they do. Um, so yeah, please developers, if you're watching this, please change that because most of these weapons do way too, well, half these weapons do way too much damage, and then the other half doesn't do enough damage for, actual fighting. The next one is the SMG though. This one's actually pretty good. Again, it angles your camera up like that, so that's what I also don't like about this gun. But otherwise, it's actually pretty good. It fires really fast, so you can do a ton of damage with this. um, you do have to reload it every once in a while, but it's a pretty good weapon besides the angling your camera up. So yeah, the SMG is probably a good weapon unless you're sniping. If you're sniping, it's not good at all because you're barely gonna hit, and even if you do hit, like I just did, it only does 9 damage. So this is more of an up close weapon. So that way you can get a bunch of hits really fast. But the next weapon in this game is the grenade launcher. Now this one I have some problems with, and there's also a glitch with this. I don't know why. You guys might actually already notice it. If you look at this girl, when I shoot her, can I shoot her? It says I did 100 damage, which is all of her health, but I only did like 2 damage, seeing that it wasn't a direct hit. So that's a glitch. I'm not sure why it says that. And now I still did definitely not do 100 damage, but it thinks that I did 100 damage for some reason, so it puts it as that. But the grenade launcher is actually a pretty good weapon. It does splash damage, and like I showed you before, if you hit someone just right with it, it's an insta-kill. So I can basically just destroy both of these guys really easy, even though they're on my team, so I probably shouldn't be doing that. But, yeah, it's a pretty decent weapon. And if you're gonna use these weapons, I suggest that you use that one because it's pretty good. The next one is the pistol. The pistol you'd think would be bad, and you'd kind of be right, but you'd kind of not be right at the same time. It does 20 damage per hit, which is about a fifth of the person's health, without regeneration. So in about 5 shots, if you can land them really fast, then you can kill someone with it. But otherwise, it's not really too good. The thing that I do like about this weapon though is that it doesn't re-angle your camera too much. Like when you shoot, it goes up a bit, but then it tries to reposition it back. So that's what I kind of do like about the pistol. I wish that they could do that with the other weapons though, because that would make them a lot easier to use. Now, next one is the railgun. Now, this weapon sounds good, but it's not really too good unless you're sniping. And it's not really even too good for sniping. In fact, the sniper is way better than this, even though this does splash damage. But what this does is it's kind of like a rocket launcher, only it takes longer. But always does 75 damage if you can hit it. So basically it shoots out a beam, which looks really cool, and then at the end of the beam it does an explosion. And as you can see, I just did 75 damage there. So also there's a glitch with this too. For some reason it will randomly double your shot, so you'll just do an insta kill with this because you'll do 150 damage. I don't know why that is, but that's definitely a glitch. But this weapon's really only good for sniping. The thing that I don't like about this weapon, though, that makes me say that the sniper is definitely better, is that this is pretty much the exact same thing as the sniper, only doing less damage. You might think, well, the explosion does splash damage. Actually, I don't think it does, because one time I was shooting two people with this, and it only damaged one of them, even though they were right next to each other. So, I'm gonna qualify this as not as good as the sniper, seeing that the sniper is an insta-kill, and this does 25 less damage unless it's glitched, which it only sometimes does, where it does 150 damage. So for right now, in this server, I'll qualify it as the best because the glitch is affecting it. So it's doing 150 damage per hit, while the sniper's only doing 100. So I mean, I'll qualify it as the best weapon so far in this server. But like I said, it doesn't do this in all servers. It just does this in some. Uh, so I mean, if you have a server where the glitch isn't affected, I mean, like, see, it didn't kill him. So I could have easily just used the sniper, and the same thing would have happened. Also, the sniper still even is a little bit better in one way, even if the glitch is affecting it. Is affecting the railgun, because the railgun, as you can see, I'm actually holding it, but it takes about 2 seconds to fire. The sniper is just an immediate fire, so that's what I do like about the sniper more. Because as you can see, the railgun has to charge up and then it will shoot. And then most of the time, it's actually, for me at least, it's hard to actually hit with this thing too. Um, but lastly, we have the rocket launcher. Now this one's good for sniping, but it's also good for close combat. As you can, well, I don't know how I did it, but somehow this girl was over here, that guy was over here, and somehow I damaged this guy, even though I shot it at the girl. But same thing with the grenade launcher. It does splash damage, so you can just hit the wall if they're behind it, and it'll still damage them. So that's the pretty cool but overpowered thing about this. Also, same thing with the grenade launcher. I believe that if you hit the person just right, yep, like that. If you hit them just right, it's an insta kill. Um, if you were to ask me which one was better for the grenade launcher or the rocket launcher, that would be hard because that would kind of depend on what scenario you're in. Um, for example, if you're trying to snipe someone, the grenade launcher would actually be a better weapon, even though it doesn't really sound like it because as you can see, my grenades aren't going too far. So you might be thinking, how am I going to get grenades all the way over to that side? There you go. I literally hit someone from across the map somehow because this thing has so good range. However, if we look at the rocket launcher, it has good range too, but it doesn't have gravity affected to it. So it can't land on someone unless it's a straight shot. And what I mean by that is if I try to hit this guy right here by aiming up like this, I can't hit him. But if I use the grenade launcher, I have a better chance of hitting him because the grenade launcher better, well, has gravity. So it's in a way it's easier to snipe with the grenade launcher because again it has gravity, so you can push it down. The way that you'd have to snipe with the rocket launcher is you'd have to shoot it forward like that, but then someone can easily just dodge it. Whereas the grenade launcher, if you fire up, most people won't actually see the grenade until it lands in the base, so they won't expect it. So for sniping, definitely the rocket launcher is not as good as the grenade launcher. For close combat, though, that would actually be tough because they're pretty good weapons. But I'd probably have to say the rocket launcher. Did anyone else see how that just said 1,000 damage? I don't know if you did, but I'd probably have to say the rocket launcher for close combat. But that is going to be it for today's episode. If you guys enjoyed, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, or you want some more Roblox, Red vs. Blue Battlegrounds, I believe it's called. And also developers, please make it so that way you're not kind of in shift lock all the time, but you can't switch it, because if we go to settings, I'm not in shift lock, but I'm I am at the same time. But everybody, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, or you want some more of this. And everybody, peace out.